You are watching Lake Votes 2012. We're here with Stark County Treasurer Alexander Zumbar. Welcome, Alexander.
Thank you.
Zumbar.
Glad to be here.
Before we begin, can you kind of explain why you are running for treasurer?
Certainly. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here today and to speak to you about why I want to be retained as your Stark County Treasurer. I was elected to the office in 2010 for an unexpired term, and of course went through quite a roller coaster ride to get back in the office with, of course, getting removed through no fault of my own due to a Supreme Court decision, but got reappointed to the post by the opposing party in a historic event there, a completely nonpartisan appointment process. So I was very pleased to be put back in the office. So now I'm running for a full 4-year term, and I'd like to be retained as your Stark County Treasurer.
And then several have asked us what the treasurer's office does. Can you kind of explain what the duties are a little bit?
Certainly. And just let me just add on to why I want to be retained as your Stark County Treasurer. The Stark County residents deserve office holders who are accountable and, of course, professional. Office holders that hold integrity and honesty sacrosanct. And office holders who will be accountable and transparent, who have clear, unambiguous, proven track records, and, of course, who provide public service to the taxpayers at a premium. I served as the Stark County Treasurer. I am your current county treasurer. Prior to that, I served as an auditor in the City of Alliance, as a finance director for the City of North Canton. And in all, I have over 15 years of government expertise and experience in government public accounting finance. In regards to what we do at the Treasurer's Office, it's about collection, protection, and investing the county's funds. On an annual basis, approximately $750 million annually can flow through that office. I've accounted for every cent. I make sure that the money is safeguarded, it's in the bank where it belongs. We collect real estate taxes, manufactured mobile home taxes, tangible personal property taxes, as well as account for all the revenues that come into that office. I also, of course, am responsible for oversight and being the chief investment officer for the county's funds. Over $196 million is what we presently have in our portfolio, and I make sure that we earn interest income on that.
And then what is your aspect of integrity as treasurer?
Integrity is, again, honesty and accountability. And on a daily basis, we must exhibit integrity for all those individuals that come and interact with our office.
Right. And then how can this help the community?
Well, obviously, with what happened in the office with the theft of almost $2.964 million under the prior treasurer, having a high degree or high level of integrity is very important to the residents of Stark County, and that is something that we have to display, because trust is one of the most important things that we can have in that office. And of course it was sorely shattered when the theft, of course, occurred over the many years. Now I stepped in, and as treasurer, one of the first priorities that I embarked upon was to make sure that I addressed all the glaring issues and problems that were discovered in the special audit. I made sure that I addressed those particular issues and problems, specifically making sure there's no longer cash in the vault. We make sure it gets put in the bank multiple times if necessary every day. Made sure that we have policies and procedures and good, tight internal control policies in place so that this never happens again. We balance daily. We reconcile monthly. These are critical, important tasks that must be done in any business. And I make sure that this happens every day for the county taxpayers and, of course, county residents.
And this coming term, if you're elected, what do you think the most important mission is going to be?
The most important mission that we have to do for the county, of course, is stabilization in this office. There have been 5 treasurers in 1 year. 5 treasurers. That is a heck of a lot of treasurers a heck of a lot of bosses in the office. I have been providing oversight and management on a daily basis. I make sure that we deposit the monies on a daily basis. We reconcile, balance daily, reconcile monthly. We have put in good checks and balances to make sure that the taxpayers' monies are safe. They've entrusted me with this important job, and I am doing it on a daily basis, and I am asking them for their vote. I'm asking them for their support in this year's election, and I thank them for their trust in me.
In today's economy and with the financial situation, how do you expect or how will you do more with less?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. In my first year in 2011, I reduced my budget by approximately 16%. That's $120,000. In my second year in office, I reduced the budget by an additional 20%. In all, that's $250,000 annually now that has been reduced in my budget. We're now operating on $514,000 of our general fund dollars. In regards to operating the office, I'm certainly doing more with less. At one point in time, the previous treasurer's bloated payroll, he had 27 employees on it at one point in time. We're now down to 15, so we're clearly doing more with less. And in regards to collection of delinquent real estate taxes, I am pleased to let Stark County residents know that as one of my main priorities, I am pleased to report this year alone we collected over $21,300,000 in delinquent real estate taxes and special assessments. That means the school systems, that's who we primarily are collecting for these taxes on their behalf, as well as all the other subdivision districts throughout the county. That means the townships, the municipalities, the villages, the libraries, the special districts that we're collecting for as well. They're all going to be getting additional dollars because of this effort and initiative in my office to go after delinquent real estate taxes.
Okay. And then can you explain what a key to a successful budget is?
We should run government no different than what our taxpayers and, of course, Stark County residents are running their budgets. That means you spend less than what you take in. And if everybody would operate their budgets in that fashion, we wouldn't get ourselves into the kind of fiscal trouble that we see our nation in. And unfortunately, that's a difficult position to be in, to try and get back in the black is what we call it. Because right now, when you're swimming in red, you got to make difficult decisions on areas to cut, and you have to live within your means when there are shrinking revenues. That means we all have to spend less money and do more things with less.
Well, thank you, Mr. Zumbar.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate, again, the opportunity, and I'm asking everybody in Stark County for their vote, for their support, and I thank you for the opportunity to be here today.
Well, thanks for coming.
My pleasure.
I am Dylan Davis, and you're watching Lake Television.